Hello, everyone. My name is Lusanda. Firstly, I want to thank you for taking this time to learn with me for an hour. I absolutely love this content, and I really, really hope that you will love it as well and that it will be beneficial to you. Today, we're going to be looking at using marketing tools and social media to grow your business online. And I'm not here alone. I'm with a wonderful moderator called God Knows, who's going to be checking in terms of your questions and just to chat with me. I really would love to just see the level of engagement tonight. If you are joining somewhere in the South, so please do let me know where you're joining me from, your name, and what are your expectations for tonight for this hour. And I really hope that you're going to have an amazing time. Now, I'm super, super delighted to actually be running this because this is brought to you by the Black Management Forum. And I'll tell you why after I just share a little bit about who the Black Management Forum is. So BMF, in short, is a non-political, non-racial, and non-sexist organization focusing on the development of managerial leadership and the creation of managerial structures that are reflective of the demographics and values of the broader South African society. So the organization pays strong attention, is paid to socioeconomic transformation of our country through the pursuit of justice, fairness, and equity. The BMF strives to provide its members with access to the necessary tools to develop managerial and leadership skills through workshops, conferences, and programs. As the BMF, we are positioned as a thought leader through contributing to the public and producing solutions for the problems faced in South Africa. Our goal is to advocate for transformation in social and socioeconomic spheres, and this includes lobbying for legislation that seeks to change the economic outlook in corporate South Africa and the broader society. So why I'm super excited to be the one I actually only found out a few hours ago is because I was a chairperson of the student chapter of BMF all the way at the University of Cape Town. And I truly, truly just believed in the values that I was reading out to you of who the BMF is. And I remember some of the most transformative things we did at university. We even won the national award at the BMF Awards. So I'm super, super delighted to be able to be sharing this topic with you in partnership with Google and the Black Management Forum. So today we're going to be looking at three core areas. We're going to be looking at how to set up and optimize your Google My Business listing, how to plan your digital, pardon me, let me go back, how to plan your digital marketing strategy. And finally, we're going to be looking at ways to leverage social media channels and email marketing. So just to kick us off, I'd love to know which marketing tools do you currently use? So if we are joined here on the audience by predominantly businesses, what marketing tools are you using in your business? If you are not yet running a business, I still want to know what marketing use are you using to brand yourself personally? Remember, you are a brand yourself. So please let me know. God knows is going to be checking on the chat function on your answers so we can get the conversation rolling. Right. So the first topic of our agenda is how to set up and optimize your Google My Business listing. Firstly, what is Google My Business? Google My Business, good news, is a free tool that lets you manage how your business appears on Google search and maps. In other words, it's your storefront to the rest of the world on Google search as well as on Google Maps. It enables you to do three things, essentially to attract customers with a great business profile. So to be able to do that, we're going to talk more about that, about the importance of posting photos and offers to be able to really build a great business profile on GMB in short. Secondly, it gives customers more ways to reach you. So your customers are ready to connect by calling, messaging, or even leaving reviews. Those are super, super important. With more ways to even transact, you can do more business through GMB. And then finally, you can see how your customers connect with your business on Google My Business. In other words, through clicks, calls, business. So our organization is also on GMB, and often we get emails to say, like today, we got an email to say, X amount of people have viewed your photo, which was, the where our offices are based. So it's to say, you're getting more traction and people are starting to see your business online. So now, how do you create a Google My Business account? You firstly add the name of your business. This is just the process you go through. You choose a category of the kind of business that best fits your kind of enterprise. For me, for example, I lead an NGO. You add your location, you add your contact details, and then you finish and manage the listing. So on the platform, on the next slide, we're going to see exactly where you can go to register your business on GMB if you haven't done so. But when you go and register, you have two ways to be able to verify your listing. So you can either do this by an email, or you can choose to verify later. So you need to actually verify your business for you to be going live, which means there's documentation that you need to be able to send through so that Google knows that it's actually dealing with a business entity. So this screen that you're looking at is pretty much the screen that you're going to see when you verify on the verification page for Google My Business. And this is pretty much how it's going to be looking like. So this is the link where you can get your business verified today. It's on www.opera.com/OFB. So get your business verified and optimize Google My Business profile. Now, we're going into in-depth more on this, on how you can really increase visibility, because you're dealing with millions of businesses around the globe. And so this course, this 1 hour, is really talking about all the nitties and gritties about how to really, really get an incredible profile that gets people's attention. So I'm just going to leave that over there if you want to write it down. But I'm also going to ask God knows if to put it on the chat function, so you know exactly how to find out more to be able to reach out to get verified on Google My Business. And while I'm at that, I'm just going to check on my on our chat if anyone has let me know where they're coming from and what platforms are you using for Google. So please, I'm not seeing anything yet, but that's okay. What I do want to know is, tell me where you're from, where you're located in South Africa. If you're joining me from anywhere part of the world, also let me know, how are you using Google My Business to actually optimize your business, make your business more accessible. So let's talk about, why is it important for you to have your business on Google My Business? Now, these are some statistics of businesses that are on Google My Business and the outputs that have been able to achieve. So you get 2.7 times more likely to be considered trustworthy if you're actually on GMB. Because remember, Google My Business is your storefront. People might not know, have been to your shop if you do have a physical location, but that doesn't really matter, in the sense that you can still have a storefront online. And Google My Business gives you that storefront. And once you have a storefront, it means people are more likely to trust your business. Secondly, you're 70% more likely to attract location visits. So it's a great way to actually pull people to your physical location. And then finally, 50% more likely to lead to a purchase, which is actually quite incredible, because along that lead is that when people see your storefront on Google My Business, it means that you're 50% more chance of a likelihood of people then responding to whatever call to action that would be. So for us, the call to action would most likely be donate, and for you would be purchasing your product or your service. So how do you manage your listing on Google My Business? You can actually do this directly from Google search. Number one, make sure you're logged in with your Google My Business account. Secondly, search for your business on Google. You'll just simply see a menu right above the search results. That's where you're going to be able to update your information, create posts and promos, add photos, views, and respond to reviews. I want to say, in terms of reviews, this is super, super, super important. I cannot tell you. I'm sure you can also reflect if you're looking for accommodation, especially on Airbnb, on your booking.com. How do you know if you can trust something? It's usually through reviews. So always encourage your customers once you're on Google My Business to write a review and to click the 5-star, 4-star to rate your business, because it really, really speaks into the trustworthiness of your business. Now, it's very important to add good photos. I remember reading about Airbnb and what was the tipping point in terms of their business. And they discovered that they would grow exponentially, which they did, if they just did one simple thing: provide quality pictures about the places they were posting on their platform. And so it's the same with you with Google My Business. Take the time to add good photos. Take the time to do a great logo so you can really have a quality profile. And there's several types of photos that you can add to your listing. Firstly, it's your logo to help your customers recognize your brand. Cover photo, a photo that best represents your business, and then any other additional photos, different photos to highlight features of your business that customers consider when making purchasing decisions. And you can receive more answers and tips on this on support.google.com/business/answer. I cannot stress this slide more. I have been to places physically on the basis of their opening and closing times on Google My Business. It's so, so important, ladies and gentlemen. Date your opening hours, public holidays, if you are closed. And the tendency is that because it's not something that's physical, one can tend to forget. But always remember that you do have a digital platform, a storefront, a brand, trustworthiness that you must uphold on. And I'm hoping if you're already on Google My Business right now and you haven't updated your opening hours at this point right now, will really inspire you to do so. So it's important to truly reflect the right opening and closing hours of your business on Google My Business, because we are going to go to your place on the basis of those hours. Likewise, update your business information. In other words, your websites, your products, services, any highlights. Remember, you can do promotions on Google My Business. So, this might be also an opportunity if you are the owner at that level where you're able to get someone to do this full time. But in terms of your digital strat plan, this might be a great investment so that these things of updates are not forgotten. But if you can't do that as of yet, it's all good. And the point is that you can do this so easily on the Google My Business platform. It's not rocket science that you have to employ someone. It's just for the flexibility and of knowing that there is someone who's on top of this for your business. So how do you stay competitive on Google My Business? Like I said, you're competing with thousands and millions of other businesses. Firstly, make informed marketing decisions. Like I was alluding to, if you're at the point where you're able to actually hire full time to be on this, learn from the successes and mistakes of others. Thirdly, understand what services to offer your customers. What are the things that people really, really, really need? Or what are the most important features that are most attractive about your business? Fourthly, identify how to stand out from the crowd. Finally, discover industry trends and customer preferences. And again, this is information that's so easily available on Google search. Just people are always so willing on YouTube to share this kind of information, and it's freely available. I just want to give you an example of a South African company called Imveli Designs, who found new customers. Remember, I told you that if you're on GNB, you're 50% more likely to actually have sales. So this business did. So Imveli is a clothing brand from Cape Town, township of Khayelitsha. They added their business information, product and store photos as part of their business profile, created regular posts highlighting new products, so regular posts, new products, prices, and business updates via the GMB app, which means you can do this all in the comforts of your phone as well, wherever you are. They created a free website and automatically shared posts on their websites. The result of this is at 1.5 thousand plus product views in the first 10 days of their website launch. 2 employees hired and jobs created, and 30% find Mveli Designs listing. Basically 30% of people found Mveli Designs listing while searching for a category, product, or service. So that means they really played around with the Google search function, such that wherever people search for something, maybe it could have been fashion designs, Mveli Designs came out top, which led to clicking their listings, and they did a really great job to create a quality profile for themselves that led to sales. Another example, Juma's Tours engages with its customers on GMB. Juma was founded in 2009 and is a small ecotourism business started by Juma Mkwela. Juma added their business information and photographs, posts frequently, and responds to customers' reviews via GMB. And remember, think about both of these businesses do 2 things consistently: frequent post. So these are some of the reviews. Google My Business is the perfect tool to stand out. This is from Juma. Showcase the different tours, stay in touch with customers, promote new offers, and win new clients, which is what we all want to do. And so having done that, they had 89 plus listing visits in the first week of listing creation, 3 employees hired and jobs created, 56% of clients find business via generic searches. Generic searches, remember, are unpaid searches, which is absolutely fantastic. And then 53% of clients find business listing on search. This is a superb time to pause for questions. If you have any questions at this point, I'm going to look at my deck to check if God knows has posted any questions or any comments that you have posted so far. So please forgive me if I pronounce your name wrong, but I'm seeing here Maloka Loka from Emalahleni Mpumalanga. I see you. James Peter James as JP at JPG Future World. I also see you. Thank you for joining us. Henry, I see you at Business Doctors in the Eastern Cape. Awesome. I'm also from the Eastern Cape. Woohoo! I call it the land of leaders. All right, so I see a question here from Thomas, and he's asking, I've tried, but was unsuccessful because I never received what I was supposed to at the address specified. How can this be solved? So Thomas, I'd like to ask, is this from the perspective of you being a customer or a business? I'm going to read your question again. You're saying that I tried. So I'm going to ask, what did you try? Was it to do a Google My Business listing? But you're unsuccessful because, okay, so you tried to do a GMB verification. I never received what I was supposed to at the address specified. How can this be resolved? All right, so what I'm going to ask, I'm going to ask God knows to put that link again of where you can find out more information about Google My Business with the /. Please reach out over there. Somebody is going to reach out to you. Alternatively, what you can do is also contact a company called Africa 118 who verifies businesses on behalf of Google. Google search them. Please reach out to them and have them call you or email you and explain your situation. But what I want to say is I'm so glad that you posted this question because I don't want you to give up because it's super important if you have a business to be on GMB. So just because it was unsuccessful doesn't mean don't try. So try again. So reach out to Africa 118 or the link that I sent out that I've asked God knows to put on the chat function to ask them for further details to really help you to be able to be verified. Super. Let's continue. So now we're going to be talking the second part of our agenda is how do you plan your digital marketing strategy? Remember, even for having a quality profile on GMB, planning your digital marketing strategy is absolutely key. And firstly, let's ask the question, and I want you to please address it for yourself. What type of marketing have you used previously? This is also a great time to assess its effectiveness for your business objectives. How has it been effective for you? How have you been able to ultimately achieve your goal, which could be access to more customers, building your personal brand? Please let me know. I think also what's important for this engagement is that we can totally learn from each other, which is why I'm reading your comments, because something that you might say, you might not have a question, but maybe you're a business that had great experience on GMB, great experience using digital platforms, and you can share the knowledge with the rest of us. It will be so appreciated. All right. So most of us know of the traditional marketing of using newspapers, magazine, billboards, and TV. And we must say that those were super expensive marketing tools. And often it was like the super leading brands that were able to afford this. Often, maybe perhaps you'd be able to use community newspapers or ask a friend to ask a friend to do a radio interview. But traditional marketing historically was super, super expensive. But thank God to the world of digital marketing because it's really brought home the ability to reach wide audiences at a fraction of the budget. I mean, I just used Facebook the other day to promote Mother's Day, and my budget was 300 pula, which is essentially $3. And it gave me access to thousands of people. So, this is the power of digital marketing. And there are various tools, and which is why it's important to do a marketing strategy for yourself because you have to know which tools you want to use for your business, which align with your budget. So you can do search ads, Google search ads. Number one, you can do video ads on YouTube. Number three, you can also do display ads. Now, display ads are like, as you see on the screen, those ads that either will come up on YouTube when you're watching a video or even on Google when you're searching for something and that banner pops up. So know that that's actually a paid ad. So let's just see the comparisons between digital versus traditional marketing. Digital, like I said, low cost, traditional, costly. Not to say don't do it, but it's all about what is within your means in terms of your budget. Digital is often very interactive and engaging, whilst traditional is one way, right? Because with traditional, let's say if you're using television, you're looking at the ad, there's no way of engaging except if there's a competition, if you apply. But with digital marketing on your Facebook page, people can ask questions, you can engage with your audience live and direct. Digital has high return on investment, and traditionally has had short-term results. Digital is easy to measure, and that's the wonderful thing with these platforms is that you can really go into the nitty-gritties of how your campaigns are working regionally, reach, age, all those kinds of statistics are available. With traditional, it's hard to measure. You pretty much are relying on the company where you are airing to be able to show you exactly how many people were able to view your ad, listen on the radio, etc., etc. Digital spreads fast and wide. Traditional is permanent or tangible. But with digital, it is time consuming, which is why people have started to hire digital experts, digital marketing experts. So, what are the types of digital marketing that you can engage on? Search engine marketing, social media marketing, display marketing, like the banners that we saw on the screen previously, content marketing. Content marketing is something like your blogs or LinkedIn, writing articles that are relevant concerning your business, and of course, email or SMS marketing. So, with your marketing strategy, your goal, of course, is to reach the right people at the right time with Google Ads. You only pay with Google with results for like you only pay for results like clicks on your website or calls to your business. Now, this is where you actually pay Google search marketing, right, to put Google ads. Now, in terms of statistics, 87.3% of searches are conducted on Google. That is massive. I mean, for me personally, I can't recall a time where I've searched for something outside of Google. But the point is, there are other search engines available, but the statistics are pretty phenomenal. So it's talking about where essentially is your audience. And 63% of people have clicked on a Google ad. So that's pretty impressive. So, in order to sign up to Google Ads, you access Google Ads and create a new campaign easy. You log into your Google Ad account or sign up if you don't have one already. You click campaigns, you select a new campaign, and you start from there. Pardon me, I went way over. I really just wanted this link to stay so that you're able to jot it down. And God knows, please also put it on the chat function so that people are able to see exactly where to go in terms of being able to sign up to Google Ads. So you can you can create your very first ad in just a few steps. So Google Ads truly makes it simple and easy to show the world what's unique about your business. So how do you do that? Firstly, tell us your goal. Decide where to advertise. In other words, when you're setting up, share what exactly it is that you want to achieve. That's part of your marketing strategy. With this ad, what do you want to essentially achieve? Decide where to advertise. In other words, the location you specifically want to target, the people, the age demographics, the gender. Create your message, set your budget cap, and you can go live. I want to say that before you do this, it really pays to know what are the trending things or topics around your business, right? So it could be, remember, think about when COVID hit, a lot of people were buying ginger, buying multivitamins. So you want to create the message that you create, you want to be very strategic because limited words. Create words that people are currently talking about. So where your research comes in is super important as opposed to just writing a message. Think about a message that is trending, words that are trending, so that when people search for that word, guess what will happen? Your business will pop up with a solution. In terms of telling your goal, this is Google Ads, we'll tailor your ad based on the results that you want, right? And no matter which advertising goal you choose, Google Ads can help you across the board. How? Get more calls to your business. It can increase visits to your store, whether on your online e-store or physical store, and drive people to your website. Number two, decide where you want to advertise. Go global, wide, or stay local, narrow and focus market. You decide essentially where you'd like to show your ads and will get them in front of the right people. And again, it goes back to your marketing strategy. The more intentional and specific you are and targeted you are, the more results you're going to achieve through your Google Ads. Third, create your message. Highlight what's best about your business. In three short sentences, imagine you have three short sentences to make a good impression, to get customers excited, or create compelling banner ads by adding images. So, like we know, a picture tells 1,000 words. So, this is where investing in a really good camera, whether it's on your phone or an actual camera like a Canon camera, is really, really important. It's worth it. It's worth it because that image, quality image, describing your business in a compelling way can go a long way. Set your budget cap. So you'll never pay more than the monthly cap that you set. And you can adjust or pause anytime. Plus, that's incredibly flexible, right? Unlike with traditional, where if you set a budget, it would literally mean, calling to be like, oh, we want to reduce, which, business wise, it's not done. But with these kinds of platforms like Google Ads, you're able to adjust your budget anytime. And plus, they'll show you estimated results for your budget. Step 5, go live. So on Google Ads, they'll display your ads when people search for products or services like yours. Your ads can appear on Google Search and Maps as well, and across our network of partner sites. So this is really cool because for example, when we travel and I search food or tourist places, it's on Maps. So this is how you can strategically position yourself in terms of being found by people on Google Maps. You will pay for results. Like when people click your ad to call your business, visit your website, or get directions to your store. Another great opportunity to pause for questions and just for me to see if there's any comments on the chat function. All right. So Thomas, you continuing to ask, or is it administration Abasa ECIs? Okay, it's actually Abasa from the Eastern Cape. Is Google My Business, does it work like other social medias like Facebook or Instagram? I never used it before. It's new to me. So essentially, yes, because we were going through all the different ways to be able to set up your Google Ads. So similar with Facebook, right, where you're able to do an ad, you're able to be able to set your budget, you're able to set the places where you can go and where you want your ad to be seen geographically, which gender you want to focus on. Similar with Instagram, you can do that. So with respect to that, yes, it very much is like that. And also you get this function once, remember, you actually set up on Google My Business, which is the same with Facebook, right? You start a Facebook page, etc., and you set up your business account with Facebook as well. And again, similar to Facebook, you can set your budget, like I spoke about with Google Ads, which is absolutely fantastic. So, and usually with Google products, they really, really work hard to make their platforms as simple as possible so that any person can just go on, use the simple steps, and you can go live. So don't be intimidated. I really hope that this session has really excited you and made you really think about and explore this as an option for your business. Please continue to ask those questions. I'm loving the engagement. All right. So how do you leverage social media channels and email marketing? So this is very important with respect to your question because these platforms are not mutually exclusive. It goes back to your marketing strategy about how do you leverage all of these platforms essentially to achieve what you want to achieve with your business. So likewise, in terms of setting up on Google My Business, if you're clear on what it is that Google My Business can help you to do, and then you're able to see how do you leverage that with, for example, a Facebook page, or for example, if you're like using MailChimp to email your customers, if you're using email marketing, for example. So I want to know at this point, which social media channels do you use for your business or you use for your personal branding? Please let me know in the chat function. All right. So how can social media help to grow your business? Firstly, by generating more sales. Secondly, it adds value to your brand. And thirdly, it improves your marketing. And all of these work hand in hand. So there's two things. Remember, I showed you that business, that second company, the tour company, that was able to generate sales through organic searches. So with social media, you can also be able to to pull some kind of traction, especially if you have a large following on your social media. And so there is a difference between organic social media versus paid social media. So organic is free and you'll only reach your followers and their friends. And then, secondly, with paid social media, you pay for views, actions, or clicks and can reach anyone. People don't have to necessarily follow you. So, this is the important difference with the paid social media, which is why when you're setting it up, it asks you specifically, where do you want to be seen? Because it gives you access to people that are not necessarily following you. I must also say that the social media has become super, because it's super competitive. Organic social media, unless if you have an incredibly large following, like I mean, in the millions, it's truly very difficult to be able to achieve the kind of outputs you want to achieve if you really, really want to generate sales through organic social media. It doesn't, it's no longer the days where if you knew you had 100 friends, you literally reaching 100 friends. Through AI, they really have narrowed it down to the people that are most likely to view your ads. I mean your page. And I'm being specific, for example, like with Facebook or Instagram. So it's really pushing, especially if you're a business, to go the paid social marketing, social media route, because it gives you access to more people that are not necessarily following you. So how do you get started with social media marketing? Firstly, identify your target audience. This is your marketing strategy: demographics, location, profession, interests, etc. Second, choose your social media channels. And it's important to do the research to understand what these social media platforms are there for. So for example, I was attending a conversation about people that really generate funds from social media. And people will say, like, those notes to say, use Twitter to generate conversation, for example. If you want to generate conversation about something that's trending, Twitter is your go-to place. LinkedIn is more for your professional. So that is where, for example, you generate content, right? Like writing articles, to lead people to build your brand credibility. And through those articles, people then are connected to your business. It's the same. Instagram, for example, is a whole other world where it's a super artistic audience. So your pictures, your imagery, your call to actions have to be really, really strong to get that audience engaged. So knowing your social media channels is so important, and being strategic and understanding that when you reach a specific social media platform, this is the outcome that you're going to receive. And then, thirdly, like you saw with the other businesses, post engaging content regularly: photos, videos, blog articles. Have that regular engagement with your audience. And having said that, it's getting dark. So I want to ask a question. While I do that, I really want to quickly switch on the lights. And my question to you is, how can email marketing help your business? And while I do that, I'm just going to double check for any other questions. And I see a question, but give me a second. I want to switch on the lights. Right. I hope that's much better for you. All right. So Cabello is asking, Google Ads, you can't really be on negative amount as long as you have credit in the account for the clicks in your ad. True or false? All right, I have a team that deals with this. So I don't really want to give an answer right now. I'm going to ask, God knows if you know the answer to this question. Yeah, so I want to not ask it, but if I could see intuitively, if I think back, if I look at Facebook, for example, I know that with Facebook, you can have an account which has to be paid at the end of the month, where you're a regular customer. So I'm not sure if that also is the same with Google Ads, but I would really love, I see that, okay, great. So God knows says that I have given the answer. So thank you so much, which is why we need a moderator, which is superb. Thank you so much, God knows, for assisting me with that. All right, so my question to you is, how can email marketing help your business? So firstly, how do you get started with email marketing? Select an email marketing platform. There are free platforms such as MailChimp that you can use. More advanced email platforms like ActiveCampaign, SendGrip, Drip, where you pay monthly. There's one that I'm also using called ConvertKit, where you pay at every level of emails that you have. So you pay a certain monthly fee for adding 1,000 emails, and it goes up like that. So you can choose for yourself which email marketing platform that you would like to use. Secondly, build a list of relevant contacts. This is super, super important because think about it. If you either paying or not, you don't want emails to be going people's spams, people feeling like, this is, and also with the laws at this point in time, you can't just add people's emails on an emailing list. So it's important to really choose a relevant contact. Make sure you have permission when contacting people, Poppy Act. Use your contact to generate new content. Use your content to generate new contacts. In other words, the more engaging you are, the more you're going to be able to attract new people and be able to extract their email addresses from those engagements. Invite people to subscribe. So either they subscribe through they will subscribe obviously through your mail, the newsletter that you send. They could subscribe via your website, but do invite people to subscribe. Segment and group the list. So you can segment it in terms of have never purchased from me, have people that have purchased, so that you can be as personalized as possible. Like, for example, I made a donation to an organization recently, and I was added to a generic email asking me for money, and I honestly want to email them to say, it's important to segment your group because I've already given. So let your messaging be different to every segment of your customers. And finally, create relevant and useful content. So treat your users like very important people, like your VIPs. Personalize your emails and keep it useful. So in other words, provide them with content that is valuable, that they can use. And things like saying like, Dear Lusanda, makes your email personal versus dear customer. Now it's like, oh, like I'm any one of your customers. So these are really important tricks that really get you and more better results. Here are some tips for success with email marketing. Again, segment and group the list for relevant content. 2, keep it simple and test send it to 2 or 3 devices, such as tablets and mobiles. For example, with the platform that I use, ConvertKit, before you can let your campaign go live, you can email it to yourself or 2 or 3 other people to check it out, to view it, to see for any mistakes. Because once it goes live and there are mistakes, I mean, I've seen emails where people said, oops, we retract that statement. Oops, we didn't attach a link. You want to be able to avoid that as much as possible. So measure the open and click rate to optimize campaigns. Once again, we're going to pause for question. Our administration Abbas is asking, do you pay for GMB like a website? No, you don't. That's the good news. So you can totally get listed on Google My Business absolutely free. Where you do start paying is where you want to do Google ads, right? To be able to do paid ads on Google search, such that over and above being Google searched organically, which is you competing with so many other businesses, unless you really have a unique name that not a lot of people would search, that is not competing, in the pool. But like, for example, if you like, a chocolate company and your reference is organic as chocolate, how many chocolate companies are there? So this is where having paid ads on Google Ads becomes very, very handy. I hope this answers your question. So, what are your next steps? I want to ask this not only in terms of the ability to learn more from Google. So with Google has an incredible amount of content on how you can truly develop your business. This was just one topic, and all of these topics are available on learndigital.withgoogle.com/digital skills /courses. And the majority of these courses are absolutely free. So this one was generously sponsored or in partnership with the BMF. And but I want you to know that you can have access to so many other courses. If you felt this one was you learned so much, which I really hope you did, then do go. But over and above that, I want us to use the time to really think about our marketing strategy. All those questions I was asking alongside our conversation, which was what digital platforms are you using? This is a great time to reflect on how are they effective for you? How are you using them to really reach and optimize your outputs and the results that you want to achieve for your business? Understanding what can you do for free in terms of digital marketing and what can you do that's paid. And I think the most important thing is knowing that start somewhere. And if you haven't started with registering and verifying your business with Google My Business, do it today. It's certainly worth your while. And then from there, you can really build and be able to analyze what's working, how you're building your brand, how you're looking online as a business, and how you can be able to really coin in and bring the benefits of digital marketing for your business. Also, you can find us on social media. On Facebook, we're facebook.com/digital skills for the number 4 Africa. On Twitter, twitter.com/digital skills. And of course, with Twitter, Twitter is like, the conversational social media platform. So in terms of being able to hear what other people are saying about the courses, you might be able to get some good conversations over there. And then, of course, on Instagram, it's instagram.com/digital skills, SAF/. Having said that, thank you so, so much for having me. And I'm not going to finish there. Thomas, I am seeing your question. You are asking, what are some email marketing platforms? So like I mentioned, the free one that you can start with is MailChimp. We've used MailChimp in our organization very, very effectively. So you can be able to send newsletters, emails, just with the click of a button. And the functionality of being able to set up your communication is really, really easy on MailChimp. So MailChimp is a great way to start. And then I had some examples in my previous slide as well of paid email marketing that you can do. And that one is the one that I use that I found very simple is ConvertKit, where you do pay. So the lowest one you pay for is up to 1,000 email addresses. So once you've built relevant email addresses, you can certainly go and consider platforms such as ConvertKit. And of course, it all starts with building your email list. So start with the people you know, start with the clients that you already have, and then build content such that people are engaging and they want to give you more emails. So what we have done, for example, is build really great events. Like last year, we hosted an event with a chef called Sibam Tongana here in South Africa. And that was basically registration. So she marketed the event. And for people to be able to access it, they needed to provide us their emails. So that's a way to be able to build your email list. And then from there, you provide relevant content to keep them engaged, etc., etc. So I've seen a lot of companies doing that. Companies that are even selling insurance. The other day, I was even watching really great content, like with Yoko, a company called Yoko that allows payment system for small businesses. And they're starting to do free events that are engaging and valuable and is providing great content. And through those platforms, because people register using their emails, they're able to build their email list. So I hope that's very, very useful for you. We do have a few more minutes left, but outside of that, I don't see any further questions. So I'm just going to pause for a few seconds in case I don't want to miss any other person's questions. But having said that, please, I want you to know that you now qualify for a free certificate from Google. Yay! And in order for you to get your email, your certificate, God knows is going to provide you with the link, which is awesome. So you can add it onto your CV that you've attended this workshop. So this is the link. He's going to provide you with the link, and I believe also and also a feedback link as well for us, just to let us know, was this content useful for you? What else can we change that can make it relevant and juicier for you? We really do want to know. So your feedback is very, very important. So one, there's a link there. If you'd love to get a certificate and Google wants you to get the certificate, please go onto that link and you can access the link and be able to print it for yourself. And then secondly, feedback on this program, on this workshop. How was it for you? How can we improve it? And then thirdly, all our social media handles and access to all the other courses are also there on your chat function. Do take advantage of it. The majority of them are free. So do take advantage. You're going to learn a whole lot. And having said that, it's been such a privilege to have you. Thank you so much for taking your evening to be here with me. Thank you. I hope that we've learned. And I'm just seeing just in time from Mapa Meng. Please forgive me if I've mispronounced it. But what you're saying is thank you very much. I think it would be very beneficial if we could have a more expanded session time-wise, as there's just so much content to digest in the limited time. I agree with you, to be honest. I know this one is quite a meaty one and just rushing it through an hour. So I'm really going to root for you. And I know the Google team is listening so that we can definitely have more of these sessions and have them longer to also allow you to ask more questions and to really just think through everything, process through everything, and then be able to ask the right questions is very important. So Mapan Meng, I truly take that on board and I'm rooting for you as well, like for it to happen. And I'm actually also gonna bring it forward as well. I think it's absolutely important. Thank you so much, everyone. All right, I see another question from Malodi. You are saying you're from Strato Clothing. I actually know Strato Clothing from Cape Town. So we have a GMB account, but can't seem to be able to delete or replace or update certain images. Please help. All right, so I'm gonna ask, God knows, have you put up the Africa 118 email address over there? I think this is a really, really important one because I'm a big Strato clothing fan myself. So it's quite a big deal that, and I mean, I can imagine for your business, not to be able to delete, replace, or update certain images is quite a big deal. So I'm just gonna see feedback from God knows if he has the email link of Africa 118 where we can help you. Oh, excellent. So Gardner says that he's put out the link for you to be able to contact the team that's going to be able to help you so that you can be able to really, really get your images edited. So please visit, he's typing it, so there's a few seconds. While he's typing, I'm going to read Mishek Omagai's comment. He says, use social media marketing, and I also use website development as I'm also a web developer. Superb. So, you know how we're talking about how to bring all of these together, right? So, for example, I want to give you an example. Like I've seen someone that uses this in a really amazing way. She has a great Instagram account and posts incredible images. Her business is around single parenting, taking care of your children. So when she has a blog post out, she takes time to really put out a captivating image and then really captivating words around that blog, right? So she'll say something like really eye-catching, and then we'll say, okay, please find the link to my blog. And then when you click on that link, it goes straight to the website. And then all on the website, there's another call to action. So maybe she's doing a paid workshop on something, which is where you can get people now to, to people to actually sign up for that website. So this is where being strategic is so important, about how do you connect people from, let's say, a social media platform. Maybe your e-store is on the website, right? So your your destination would be the website. So from seeing a post in website, engaging with that post, from that post, leading them all the way to the website such that they actually buy something on your e-store. So these can work very, very well together. So great. So basically, Godno says that for you, Maloti, he's put out the link. So please, can you visit support for Google My Business and lay a complaint there? And also, because we had this session and you asked on these, it's super strategic to ask for help in sessions. Like, I've also asked for help at live events where I've tried online and didn't get anywhere. But when I asked, when it was Q&A, ask it, I got immediate results. So pack was specifically for Southern Africans. Is there going to be a session in Ghana? So so Thomas, I really hope that that the even though that this one was for Southern Africa, that the content and the principles of the content really remain the same, right? Because even in Ghana, you're able to get a GMB profile account. All the principles about having a quality profile are still in place. If you need to troubleshoot challenges, you're able to be supported by the GMB link. But I can't promise to say that there will be a session in Ghana, but I really, really hope that you are able to engage in terms of the principles that remain the same, irrespective of your geographical location. Oh man, I said I don't like saying but if there's no other questions, if you do have a question, you can go on our social media platforms. Like I said, I'm sure God knows has put up the social media post by now. Facebook, Twitter. Twitter is a great one to start with. If not, you can always go Facebook or even Instagram. All is good. Please do ask your questions there. I really hope. Thank you so much for being engaging. Thank you for asking the questions. And I really, really hope that this was a great session for you, as short as it was, but it was impactful, which is super important nonetheless. And kudos to BMF, my alumni, for hosting and partnering with Google for this. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. God bless you, and thank you so much for joining me.